His other favorite lady is his wife, as it should be. And before she was like, I'm really nervous about tonight. And I didn't know what else to do, so I just slapped her on the ass and I was like, good game. So, yeah. I love you. I got home from work the other night around 3:30 a.m. I am always creeped out when I get home this late. Always, no matter what. Mostly because it's dark and I'm alone, but also because one time I got home and I went to let my dog out of the front door because she had to pee, and she ran straight for a strange man standing on the sidewalk, obviously homeless. Jesus, she has scared the crap out of me, he exclaimed. What are you doing here? Was all I could manage. I think he would have kept talking to me, but my dog scared him away. Anyways, I walked up to my front steps that night, tired, probably a little drunk, and definitely drowsy from allergies. And then a giant bug flew directly at my face, thumped into my chest, and fell down my dress. I had no idea at this point whether it was a roach, a giant bee, a small bat, what have you. Freaking out, I dropped all of my things to the ground and jumped up and down, shaking and wiggling, maybe crying a little, trying to get the bug out of my dress. No way in hell was this little asshole going inside with me. Finally, I stopped and I was very still. I felt nothing on me, no sound, and saw nothing crawling nearby. I must have gotten it out and scared it away with my terrifying bug repellent dance. I picked up my things and I went inside. I went to the bedroom where my dog was waiting for me on the bed. And that's when I felt it. A little flutter inside the front of my dress. I shouted, but not too loud because my roommate was sleeping. I threw down all of my things again and began tearing off my clothes and throwing them around. It was a moth. Not too large, but large enough. It was sitting on my stomach, and when I took my dress off, it flew and started circling around the room. Every few seconds, it would head back towards my face, and I would karate chop it and jump into the air. My dog thought this was the greatest game in the world and was so happy. All I wanted was to murder this moth and go to sleep and probably stop crying. After a few minutes, the moth stopped dive bombing me, and I looked around, still alert, karate chop hands ready, and waiting for the next attack. My enemy was caught in one of the spider webs in the corner of my room, and I felt an overwhelming sense of morbid glee. I have never been so happy that I let those spiders alone when they set up camp. Silently, I encouraged my new spider best friend to slay the moth that had so tortured me. I happily, and with great relief, brushed my teeth and went to bed. The next morning when I woke up, I checked the web just to make myself feel better. But the moth was gone. I knew in my heart of hearts that there was no way that tiny spider could have gotten rid of the moth that quickly overnight. But I forced myself to think nothing of it and move along. And I did. All day I didn't think about the moth, except to tell a few people, mostly because it was terrifying and everyone can relate. No one likes to get attacked by a sizable bug very late at night when they're all alone without backup. I didn't think much of it until the next morning when I woke up, and this moth, the very same that had tormented me 2 nights before, was sitting peacefully on my pillow, right next to my face. I stayed frozen, not wanting to disturb it, or wake it, or whatever. Do moths even sleep? I don't know. I was so tired and so over this whole moth ordeal. I considered going back to sleep and hoping it would just go away by the time I woke up again. The moth was beautiful. I had never seen one alive up close before, only dead ones in cases. The color was dusty brown. On each wing there were 2 shiny silver jewels, and it wasn't nearly as big as I had made it out to be. I couldn't kill it. What if this was some reincarnated soul trying to make final contact? So I used a bowl and a piece of paper to catch it and let it go outside. Bye, Grandma. I barely moved it. It barely moved at all, so it was probably dying anyways. How long do moths live? Oh, I don't even know. But I did feel sorry for it for some reason, and for how I had treated him/her, and for how happy I had been when he/he got caught in the spider web. I mean, it was, after all, just a moth.